Global happenings today. We communicate, we analyze global news. Stay tuned.
Hello, beautiful people. Welcome to Global Happiness today. A lot have been said about Southeast Presidency or Presidency from Southeastern Extraction and Biafra exit. In all, there seem to be two sides to the same coin, and a lot of people are wondering what's going to be their stand. But as we speak, it's not just the Igbos getting worried now, because of course, there are some persons who totally, prominent Igbo men, who totally, absolutely do not stand with Southeastern a presidency for 2023. In fact, they are working against it in all sincerity. But there are also some persons who believe if there's any time the Igbo should be president, it should be now. But while at it, it looks like the northern group have decided to capitalize on what is going on, and they are making very strong demands that, if not checked, may lead to another dimension of insecurity and chaos that will lead to further divide of the country if checks and balances are not done now. Well, before we go into the newspaper to find out exactly what the northern groups are demanding that must be done, not just to those agitating for Biafra, not just for those who are talking, but also for Igbo elders cut across board that this should be done to them. We'd like you to subscribe to our channel by clicking on the red subscribe button. Beside it, you see a bell notification icon. Please go ahead, click on it to get notified as soon as you update our channel on YouTube. Well, according to the Northern Group, the coalition of Northern Groups CNG on Thursday lambasted members of Igbo Elders Consultative Forum, otherwise known as IECF, that's Igbo Elders Consultative Forum, and other groups clamoring for emergence of a president of Southeast extraction, saying they are going about their agitation in a wrong manner. The CNG alleged that the Igbo elders constituted a serious security threat to the country, adding that their recent warning that any attempt to elude the Southeast geopolitical zone of the presidency in 2023 would rupture Nigeria's corporate existence betrayed their desperation. The Northern Coalition therefore called for the immediate arrest and prosecution of IECF members led by former Anambra Governor Chief Chukwuemeka Ezefe for threatening the nation, its institutions and the people. The CNG spokesman Abdulaziz Sulaiman, while addressing journalists in Abuja, also knocked other Igbo leaders and elders who, according to him, are thirsty for the zone to produce Nigeria's next president for allegedly seeking to tamper with the nation's criminal justice system by pressuring for the unconditional release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. It would be recalled that there have been intense political posturing, permutations and fireworks, especially as the 8-year tenure of President Muhammadu Buhari, who is from the northwest, winds down. However, the clamor for an Igbo president has since resonated with some 18 months to the general elections, especially as the apex Igbo sociocultural organization, Ohaneze Ndị Igbo worldwide, has been consistent in its demand for an Igbo president in 2023. But the CGN argued that the continued resort to attacks on agents and symbols of the federal government of Nigeria in the southeast have deepened the fears that the Igbo cannot and should never be trusted with presidential power, and rendered their renewed desperation for the Igbo presidency suspect. But of course, there's still some sons and daughters of Igbo, that's Igbo sons and daughters, who totally do not even agree with the issue of presidency for Southeast at all. Well, according to the news, the 2023 presidential election is less than some months from now, but major political actors are now preoccupied with the primaries. One of the narratives that have dominated the build-up to the election is the agitation for the Igbo presidency in 2023. Stakeholders from regions have been calling on all the major political parties to surrender the presidential ticket to Southeast in the interest of justice and oneness. The Igbos are the only major tribe in Nigeria that has yet to produce a president since 1960. As a result of this political exclusion, the clamor for the Igbo presidency has become a popular campaign among Igbos and has also received a considerable level of support among non-Igbos. However, despite the growing sympathy for the Igbos among non-Igbos, it therefore comes as a surprise that there are few Igbos that appear to be working against the presidential interest of the Igbos in 2023. This explains why former Deputy National Publicity Secretary of Ohanaeze Ndigbo, Chuks Ibeku, recently described them as working against Igbo interests, and they are prominent sons of the region. They are Orji Okalo, the former Abia State governor, who is now a senator, was until recently an advocate of Igbo presidency in 2023. He also declared interest to be president until recently when he withdrew from the race as APC pegged his presidential nomination form at 100 million naira. Rather than support another Igbo candidate, Kalu threw his weight behind the Senate President Lawal, this turning his back on the Igbo presidency which he once canvassed. Olisametu. According to the recent media report, Olisametu is one of the prominent Igbo sons that is apparently not thrilled by the campaign for an Igbo president in 2023. The former PDP National Publicity Secretary said recently that the party needed a strong candidate to wrestle power from APC. An analyst interpreted this to mean a support for Atiku. As a result of his lack of support for Igbo presidency in 2023, Metu was lambasted by former Deputy National Publicity Secretary of Ohanaeze Ndigbo, Chuks Ibeku, who labeled him as anti-Igbo. Then Udanta is a former National Secretary of the defunct Alliance for Democracy AD and a prominent Igbo, but does not believe in Igbo presidency project, at least not in 2023. He has since pitched his tent with Bauchi State Governor Bala Mohammed, whom he described as a great leader. Udanta said the reason why he supported Governor Mohammed is that no Igbo aspirant had approached him to work with them. Ben Obi is one of the prominent Igbo sons that have been identified as working against the desire to have an Igbo president in 2023. Lamenting Ben Obi's action against the political interests of the Southeast, former spokesperson of Ohanaeze Ndigbo recently declared that Nemesis will catch up with Ben Obi and Igbo sons and daughters that are working against the region. What do you think about this? Now, this is getting quite interesting to think that it is the very own. Now, when people say things like Igbo Abu Hofu, it's not as if they actually meant to insult the Ndigbo. Far from it. Way far from it. Much as you see the Southwest talk about this or that, have you ever seen them, lambast their own son, saying that they should, apart from the non-Nigerians that understand history, some of them are either pitching tent with Osibanjo, the vice president of the Nigeria as of now, or they are already pitching very strong tent with Tinubu, despite the fact that Tinubu is quite an old man. But they still tell you that he's the Jagaban, though he was the Jagaban of Lagos, but then again he can be the Jagaban of Nigeria, such that they keep singing his praises over and over again. They keep bringing prominent people to speak on his behalf over and over again. Just a matter of time before Nigerians will begin to key into it. But the truth is, right now Nigeria is in a state of chaos, where we are more divided than we are united. So we need a unifying factor. Now, someone is actually beckoning that Atiku should, like Metu is the one even beckoning that Atiku is the only person who have the stake power to wrestle, they have the charisma to wrestle power from APC. But look at what happened with Deborah Samuel some hours ago, some days back, where he wrote a condolence message for her family, pinned it for her and her family. Then, just because there was a backlash from his northern brothers, he deleted it and even apologized for even pinning it. Distance himself from that message. That is bigotry in a dimension not seen in recent time, coming from someone who's vying for presidential position. Now that gives you an idea of what it may look. I'm not demarcating him. I'm only stating the obvious. Now that's the same person that a son of Ndigbo is totally giving support to. I guess when it comes to political scene, no one gives credence to the populace or the electorate who will feel the brunt of the people come 4 to 8 years from now. That's how we're going to wrap it up. What's your take on the fact that CGN is demanding for the arrest of elders in Igbo land? Elders, after arresting their son, then also demanding for the arrest of the elders of Ndigbo. Now that